Let's fix this shit. Let's fix it.
Fully mobile supported, I did mobile ops. So on this is iPad, you're chatting, or you're creating an app, console, all that shit again.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Reminding me of Reddit.
you can even make a website on your phone.
Crazy.
Alright, let's
Yeah.
see where this is at.
That was very quick too.
Babylon, cool. I'm
Nice.
gonna run this.
Very nice.
Should
Can
be
I see
cool.
the file tree? How does it look?
The fuck?
Like on the right side.
It's nice. I see. This is the wrong.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's a version.
What'd you want to?
Files.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
beautiful editor.
Jesus Christ.
Data fix.
Scripts.
Good
Get
yes, it
turbo.
doesn't have environment.
Get out of here, you crazy cat. Out. Out. Ow. Ow.
Oh, this looks tight. Yeah, really nice.
Beautiful editor has even autocomplete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's being used for this?
Monaco.
Mm,
That's very
okay.
good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
It's the editor from VS Code, just extracted as just a pure editor in TypeScript and just load it up.
Also, it's pretty plug and play.
Yeah, it's just the bare bones editor from Microsoft for VS Code.
Mm.
It's pretty good for actually it looks
Yeah.
really fast. It works good.
Yeah, it looks very tight. It looks good.
See, this is a if I go to here, this is our actual website section. Vercel.run, you get a temporary URL, right?
Okay.
So, but it's a real website, and then when you click deploy, then it becomes branded Eliza Cloud. But these
How
are
long
like
does
all-
that?
These only last
Sorry?
30 minutes to an hour or something. It's like
Yeah,
1 hour
I just wanted
max.
to ask. Oh, okay. So after an hour it dies?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, if you
Okay.
save your changes, then it doesn't, you just like restore the same code, like you don't lose the app, but you lose like the session. It'll load the same code on different GS. So that user doesn't really see anything, but you can technically lose changes. But I think there's like a auto-save feature anyways. But this is Eliza Cloud's organization, so you can see we've already made like a bunch of different apps, but these are like every single time somebody makes an app, they get a prior repository in here. And this actually manages all the history. So it's pretty easy to roll back commits and stuff. But yeah, this is a generated game. This is a repository. So now it's like deployed, so now I can click live. And I have phishingame.apps.elizacloud.ai. And this is the forever URL. This will always be here. And it's even so well integrated that you can go to our Vercel thing and you can see here. It's using the exactly same team plan as all the rest of our Vercel. This is Fishing Game for some user. Because the amount of
But
projects you can
what's-
make is actually unlimited. Okay.
Yeah. So what's the crediting behind this? Like, what's the pricing for the user? Like, is it already implemented, or maybe you could put some of these features and things behind a
Yeah,
credit?
they're being
credit
credited when
payment.
they're being credited when they talk in the chat here right now. So
Mm-hmm.
the user like would eventually, like when you're building, it uses your credits to build. technically there's really not a real hosting fee. Well, okay, one sec. We are missing a big part. We're not really crediting for like the Vercel usage yet.
Yeah,
Which is
we should.
yeah, no. So if like somebody did some stupid shit, they could charge like $5,000 on a Vercel or something.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm
what
pretty
is
sure. I'm sure there's like ways. I have to research it. Um,
Yeah, these guys, they ship something. So, everything would end up to Jeju, they throw legendary,
what is that? Domains works really well though. We're using a custom domain SDK. It works like mint, like instantly subdomains. It's pretty good. But
Nice.
yeah, how do we monitor and manage projects? I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, if somebody wants to copy paste like a crypto miner in here and run it, you probably could. How do we prevent that? You need to have like RAI do like a final security pass on anyone's build code, I guess. And that's probably what you need to
How
do.
how does like a platform like Replit do? Like how do they do it? Like almost
I actually
the
have no idea.
icon. Because do you know what I think they do? I think with Replit, you are supposed to link your Vercel account with your Replit account. I think those two are like intertwined with each other, and on that basis they check what spendings you have and what's basically the amount of you getting billed. I think that's their.
You just need resource limits on certain projects, which in other, so if like we were giving every single app a T3 micro EC2 instance on AWS, you give it, or like Cloudflare thing, it would be a set resource limit. You get like one CPU, like 1 gig of RAM, and you can do whatever within that. That's fine. You can't really DDoS yourself that much. You could like with like network bandwidth or some stupid shit. You have to rate limit a lot of stuff. You have to rate limit like network bandwidth, function.
Yeah, we just
usage,
proxy it through
CPUs.
our own load balancer and rate limiter, right? As long as you proxy it, then their container can't do shit because it can only speak to the outside world through a reverse proxy, or I guess a proxy, forward proxy. Makes sense. Like if you think all your traffic on port 80 is going out to the outside world, but it's actually got an in-between proxy, then it can rate limit you. And as far as your container knows, like what the fuck, it's just the internet. It doesn't doesn't know anything about proxies. Does that make sense? And that's how you
Yeah,
can
the
rate
more
limit a container.
I guess the more nefarious case I was thinking of is if I could directly go into files here, no AI chat, just skip, copy paste it, and like make sure it's code and like click deploy. I could even like call out to like not even our APIs and like not even our proxies and just like do whatever code I want to run. Basically. So.
Yeah, that's fine. The only problem is egress. Like, I don't care what you do in your container as long as I don't have to pay for your egress costs. Right? Or if I have a way to charge you. So that's where I could do it with a proxy. That's a lot, dude. I'm going to just rate limit that.
Yeah, I wish I had like an easy way to manage that. They are coming out with a lot of multi-tenant APIs, which is pretty sick. Spend management.
People at Eliza have great music taste. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think currently it might get abused. I understand stuff.
I think it'd be kind of like long-term reviews. To be honest, I don't even think it would get views that hard right now. But yeah, if somebody had a really viral thing, even just transferring one landing page like static image is like $500 or something, and like you get like millions of hits, like it becomes quite expensive. So how do we? Can I even get? 1 second. I need to study this all.
Which
If I can
branch?
I need to understand if I can actually programmatically get from Vercel the usage statistics per project, which I do have an SDK and I am using it for domains, but I'm just doing some research. They have domain management SDK for your entire team. You can manage multiple projects from a single thing. This is really good, but I'm just trying to see if you have like anything for usage. We have like logs and send alerts, but nothing really that good. Integrations. How to limit map, like that. Yeah. I see what you mean. We can just limit on the cloud side, which is how it works. Like all the apps are calling back to cloud, so they will be rate limited by our own cloud APIs if you have our own rate limiting there. I'm just you could, in theory, though, create like function or bandwidth traffic that is just to some other random shit just to be nefarious. I mean, I guess like right now I'll just monitor for it and ban people if they fucking do that, but you'd have to really try to do that. I don't know.
Which branch? Which branch is the apps? Like, what is it called? Or is this already in dev?
This is already
No,
on.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, hold on.
I'm interested in I was thinking about merging all the way to main right now actually, because it's like ready to play with. But I don't really need anything. I was just making sure no features like being exposed. So it's not ready. Well, like promote doesn't work. Right, like this launch promotion assets, all this shit. Create a TikTok account. I mean, this is a good it's like what the future should be when we don't have any of the pipelines. I think for this, Reddit ads API, Google X actually is pretty good. Can you publish that directly? Okay. There's lots of good ads APIs. They actually have really good API support. But we just need to set up our company and shit. And like we'll be advertising for other people like as a business, so we need to like there's Snapchat ads. So we can pick one of these and just implement it. Each of them will have like their slightly unique parameters. So for like image size, they'll be slightly different per Google, per Twitter, per Facebook, whatever. So we need to be aware of that. This feature, yeah, Sam is kind of working on. Yeah. Earnings as well. So like earnings only works as like the authentication module. I was just currently working on tonight. I was trying to get the reusable like apps need their users to sign in with cloud on their own pages, so that like we need to provide payment rails and shit a lot, and that needs to all be vibe codable with blah blah bullshit. So yeah, just trying to make the authentication modules as clean as possible. So then users would ideally log in with cloud. Would they come all the way to cloud? Probably not, right? So like the immediate way for people to buy credits in app of other people's apps is like just a clean little modal. It doesn't take over the whole experience or redirect, probably, but it's like secretly calling all of our own cloud APIs in the back end, fully authenticated. Then you can buy and sell credits to your users in your vibe coded app And then you have earnings. As they use your features for credits, then you can do the whole monetization thing. But that has zero progress so far. But I'm working on the knowledge repository stuff for that right now. I'm testing it. Monetize. I would merge this tab with earnings. I wouldn't do both in this slot. I think just monetize instead of earning, and all this same stuff would just go on the same tab. And then exactly the same thing users, any user that logs in will show up here. So we had some of this working, but I took over from Sam recently, and now some of it's not working, but I like redoing it better. Like, there was some jank before. Like, the builder was not very good.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna ask it, make more types of fishes. And there's some speed improvements I just did. Let's see like how it works. And there's also chain of thought that I just added here. Just trying to make this a more interactive experience, where it's like less waiting around. Because it does take time. There's no way to just make this instant, or else cursor would be instant, right? Like cursor takes time to run on files and shit to do good work. So I don't know, I can't make that like 1,000 times faster just like magically. Like, it doesn't exist. So we need still to like, it is a tool calling recursive like read file, write file system. Fuck something up already, let's see if we can fix it. See if we can recover from there. But see right now it's lagged out pretty hard, like it's like 20 seconds on a single file. It's kind of a bad user experience. But it did snap back, it fixed the error actually. Which is good. Need more types of fishes I think. There needs to be better chain of thought, it's like still lame. Like that can't be the only chain of thought. See, like we have a sandbox repository. This one I've been like adding template files to. So we have like one lib pre-configured API client for all cloud interface that gets automatically cloned to a starter repo. And then you're kind of telling AI, you don't have to rebuild all the auth stuff and look into this libs folder where we have pre-built how to check credits, how to inference AI, how to authenticate. And then it doesn't have to do as much coding and then it's faster. But the whole system needs to be perfectly in sync. It's a little bit of R&D to like make it all perfect. But we're gonna get there.
Alright, nice. currently generating all the Generation Studio stuff.
No, yeah, for video generation stuff, um, it's probably having an issue. Yeah, so it's running into like some types issue. It's going over and over. But it is like checking compilation, making changes, trying to like fix the compile. But anyways, the video stuff you're doing, we want all the media to also be in apps too. So like if I generate an image, then I can drag it into apps. So we also need like a gallery thing in apps, like a media folder.
Yeah.
That I can be like, here's like some images or videos or voices.
Yeah, so we got that actually. Okay, so no, hold on. Okay, so what you want is basically like a public library, right, from all created videos, correct? Or are you talking
Yeah,
created videos
yeah,
for a particular
I think
user?
honestly, yeah. If you wanted to own that feature, I think we do need to go that way. We do need a more public marketplace of images and media and images and videos, just like everything.
Yeah.
But we did some work on that. Like we need.
So if you go to images, we have that on the images. If you go to the images tab on Generation Studio, there is this small part where you have this tab called Explore, and what it basically does is just fetches created images from users throughout the cloud. If you go to Explore, right? Exactly.
Some does,
So
so I don't have any of it.
yeah, so you can also use the prompt. You can reuse the image.
Yeah, this is dope, yeah.
So what we can do is, because all the images and or basically all the assets that have been created are just like linked. We have like a relation with the user. What we could do is on apps, you could create like a gallery button, and then one button saying my gallery, and the other button saying explore, and then with the explore you just got this big thing going on, like some kind of TikTok or Vine thing going on with all these videos and images playing, like with filters saying, videos only or images only. I could, yeah, give me that feature. I can build that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think content creation is actually really important. We need to auto-generate OG image, favicon. There's like some bullshit that we need. There's like a lot of little mini tasks inside the builder. I can crush most of them out, but and then yeah, we can have apps public directory so that everyone's generated apps is like on a public thing. You can like check out other people's apps and do some cool shit like that. I think some bad decision making a little bit on keeping some of this stuff too private. Like usually works better if it's not. Like people, you want to build inclusivity of like the community or whatever, right? Like people want to be featured on the app store. But if you just keep everyone inside their silo, then they don't really feel like the app. If you see like 500 other apps, you're like, oh cool, like I want to be part of the list. Or whatever, so.
We could maybe like, this is maybe like a future like for like later on. What would be very dope is like I'm thinking out loud right now with like some kind of public leaderboard that is keeping track of all the first health stats, and you can see like what's like the most used app of like the month. And like what we also can do is like we can add like social media handles. Like I'd say someone has created an app through cloud and it's going very hard. We could like future them in like some kind of banner, saying this is the most used app this month, and then something like that. I'm just like thinking out loud, like to basically let people build, like should get motivated to build apps onto cloud.
Well, yeah, that's what marketing needs to do that though for us, man. We need to
Yeah.
make all those cycles of like this week it's this app and we're talking about this thing. Yeah, we'll get there. We need to have the tech first, but
Yeah.
in my best case, it will be tricky. Like we'll get there. Like even if you go into Cursor as a senior engineer, and you're like, even with all the libraries perfectly set up, you're like your perfect quad code, and you just ask it in like one sentence for like the sickest like agentic app or whatever, it'll make you some shit, a little landing page, whatever, little thing. But if you want like AAA SaaS is like a whole startup thing, you're gonna have to prompt like more than once, like, or we're gonna have to do way longer, like triple, quadruple prompting on their back end to fill in the gap. What's the alternative? Is like, do you want me to think really hard about your app? And then it's like, it takes like 10 minutes to generate and like goes back and forth and runs a bunch of tests and like, the speed thing in this is gonna be a bit of a problem. It depends. So, we'll see. But if people like really want an app, obviously they'll like play with it and use it. And it's like pretty cool, but we can't really have like 15-minute app builds. So like in the best context, if I were to go, like, what's an app that would like make some money or some shit, right? Like, let me think. Like, make me, or it's like, we're gonna sell like t-shirt website. App that uses Shopify libraries and APIs allows. See, I'm already a dev, so like I'm trying to like say too much to like help it, but people are just gonna be like Shopify app where I can sell and manage my t-shirts. That's all we're really gonna say. That's all you're gonna get. So then we start building. It's gonna create sandbox. Takes a little bit. And then let's see like how good this one shot is. And ideally, like what this should have made is like pretty sick Shopify website where there's some admin thing where you can like upload your Shopify API key from your account and it like loads your items or some shit. And it should have some kind of agentic thing on Eliza Cloud somehow, where maybe they're, if it's super smart, it should add like a ask me like t-shirt helper agent, right? Like I'm looking for a black t-shirt or something, and it's like an agent that like talks to me, like helps me with my checkout or something. But see, yeah, could you make that from a one shot? I could if I did a lot of extra work in prompting. It wouldn't even be one prompt. It would have to be like over some crazy like it would take like 10-15 minutes or whatever to complete because or I'd have to spin off like tons of sub agents, but that wouldn't even work because it would conflict. But let's see what it's trying to do. It's doing some Zustan shit. It's really going hard, so it might actually be pulling through. Any better like feedback stuff. And in theory, these things have their own backends too. These are full of Gestalt projects. They're not just, I don't even know if Replit does that to be honest, or do they? Maybe they do. But we have full front-end and back-end apps. So the AI can write its own public-facing APIs in Next.js if it wants to do some crazy shit. See what it's saying. this is bad because it's like it writes all the files and it doesn't update the UI for a very long time, so it feels like it's the user is like nothing's happening, but then it commits it all at once at the very end and the whole thing changes. So you're even prompting the AI to be like, make incremental changes so that the user sees more things, and that has like an error. Because the Next.js can't support that. Let's see if it can fix this. I know what error that is. It does have access to console logs. Let's see if we can get it. It's probably only going to catch this at the very end. But so for usually when they're like that, would be like a failure case. It's just like making files in the background. Yeah, just gotta check.
Okay.
Was it gonna actually fix it? It fixed it on its own. Damn, we got the next config on its own. That's sick. Okay, so after like goddamn 3-4 minutes, it made this website, which is actually not bad. Like, looks kind of sick.
Yeah, looks like,
It's like decent little vibe slap. But this is all kind of like the back end is not really fully working. It finally completed. So if I were to go, yeah, like credits is not actually working. We could go to here. Still cores, yeah. This is why I was saying I was gonna merge the main because the sandbox is trying to reach out to production, but it's not live. It just doesn't work yet until I deploy. I also need ngrok. I don't like using ngrok.
Don't use ngrok. Just create your own ngrok. Just Claude Code reverse proxy.
No, I'd rather deploy this all to production. Just code it on hot live. There's really no apps is ready. You don't have to talk. You don't have to post about it, but all it really is just a couple new sidebar items. If people click it, and fuck around. But it's stable enough to merge to prod actually. And just keep on improving. I think we should actually do that. Get everybody on the the same code. So I was right here, like, decentralized AWS provider of the world. It does make sense. There's always been like the mega dream of Web3 is like, you know, the largest economic centralized activity is hosting of technology like that. So it's like, why doesn't our computers interface well enough decentralized that, you know, you don't need that, but it always comes down to like min-max stats. Like, yeah, but like my latency is like way higher at AWS. Or I have like more fallback support, or like 99.9% like uptime, and like it just like, you know, drives the industry like that.
Yeah, but that'll all just be a marketplace. You know, like all of that. I don't even think that like it's us versus Amazon. I think that everyone's just gonna get sucked into a decentralized marketplace, and it'll be just fucking arbitrary. You know, that's kind of.
You're going to SEC or what was it called? CES?
CS? No, I was just joking. That was pure
Most powerful
shitpost.
second in the world. Las Vegas. Starts right now.
Yep.
I've never been to Las Vegas. Seems like kind of a crunchy place. I've never been gambling at a real casino before. It'd be kind of fun, but I don't know.
Alright guys, I'm hopping off. See y'all tomorrow.
Later.
Alright.
Fuck me. up GPU. It's pretty good. You can see all the shadow map stuff. This is interesting because